Great morning, great morning, great morning. I am Nicole D. Jones, and I'm just happy and grateful for another day. I'm happy and grateful for life. I say it every week. I don't take life for granted. I don't take days for granted. I don't take you for granted. I want to remind you, you are healthy, you are wealthy, you are prosperous, and everything your hands go to touch, it must, it shall, and it will manifest, prosper, and grow great things because you are great. You are created in greatness. You have never been asked to be perfect. You're created in perfection, okay? We're striving for perfection, all right? While we're through this journey, don't put that pressure on yourself, okay? You're great. Just because you woke up and have breath in your body, you're great. Just because you woke up and you're putting one foot in front of the other, you're never a failure. You're fulfilled. Whew, all right. So listen, we've been talking about the four categories, okay? We've been talking about friend, associate, assignment, and this week we're going to talk about advisor. And I know last week I told y'all I was a little tight last week. Now I was getting beat up on the back, okay? Because understanding, and we'll review them after this week, next week we will, but understanding and putting people in the right categories in your journey, man, I'm telling you, it allows you to grasp peace, okay? It allows you to stay in joy. It allows you to realize that you may be the core of your frustration and or disappointments, okay? Because a lot of times, just because we have people misplaced, it brings added sorrow to ourselves because there are certain things that just cannot be fulfilled. All right. They're not letting you down. Sometimes we let ourselves down. So now with an advisor, these are individuals who are like your mentor. They're ones who give you guidance. Okay. And it's usually someone who comes into your life and it's for a certain amount of time, okay? So if you think about, like, if you're in college, you have an advisor assigned to you. That person's responsibility as an advisor is to help you navigate through your years of school. They're to help you navigate on what would be the best decisions or what would be the best choices for you to make. That's going to be the best or the most fulfilling of your journey and your future. All right. So that's an advisor. They're there to give, they're there to give you advice, and I believe they're God sent. Okay. I believe that Jehovah God strategically places advisors in our journey to help us cultivate, help us prepare, and wherever we are in our steps of this journey for the future, for our purpose, okay? Because the one thing that we do have is free will. So you have to have these advisors and you have to recognize who they are in your life because they are the ones who can help you stay on the right track, okay? Guide you and kind of mold you in the way that you're supposed to go, all right? So now, usually an advisor is one that'll go above and beyond for you, okay? They're the ones that, because they understand that they are in your life with purpose and for a reason, they'll go above and beyond, okay? So now, it's, listen, when you're writing out or you're walking out your purpose, we have to also understand advisors are placed in our life because when you're thinking of long-term, a lot of times we think of it in the narrow way to expand out. But when you're planning, it's better to be broad, to be the expansion and narrow in. Advisors help us do that. Advisors are one who are usually in our life, or no, who are in our life, okay? They're a place of safety, all right? They're a place of covering. Proverbs talks about all of this, all right? Proverbs talks about an advisor, but they're one that they give you safety. They give you covering, okay? But this is the thing. They become a safe place because with an advisor, because there's a difference in receiving advice and an advisor, okay? We can receive advice from a friend. We can receive advice from an associate, all right? Because when you think about an associate, that could be your coworker. That could be, someone who's on the PTA with you. They are able to give you advice, but you got to know the difference between an advisor and advice, all right? Someone can identify with what you're going through and give you an advice on it, but an advisor, they have longevity. An advisor, they're placed into your life with purpose by God, so they're able to have what you may be going through, what you're going through. Their wisdom, okay? Their wisdom is able to help, navigate you through your journey because one, they were sent by God, but two, they basically gone through the hell and the pain to kind of help you not have to go through it if you're willing to submit and listen to them. Whew. Listen, there's a book, write it down. Stephen Covey, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. All right? It's a good book. You should read it. But he talks about starting broad and going narrow. Okay? He talks about that. That's where I got that from. All right? So having an advisor means that an assignment is able to receive the benefit of someone's experience, their education, their exposure without paying the price the advisor had to pay to get it. All right? Listen, y'all stop not wanting to listen to advisors. This is why you have to know the role someone plays in your life and understand that last week might have been tight. Some people may have been offended. Some people may have felt like, ain't nobody's assignment. What's she talking about? Listen, we're all someone's assignment. Okay? It's a good thing to be someone's assignment. Okay? Because really, what an advisor has to understand is they got to pour out. See, an advisor has had to walk through the pain. And the advisor has already paid the price. The advisor look more like Jesus. Listen, I don't mind being an assignment to somebody. Okay? I will submit to an assignment in my life. I'm all right with that. Let me listen. But see, we knuckleheads, we want to bump our head too much. We don't always have to do that. God allows advisors to come into our life. We become the beneficiary of somebody else's pain. Okay? You got to recognize. See, if you can start looking at certain people in your life as an advisor, maybe you'll stop giving them so much headache. Okay? Maybe you'll begin to learn to submit and be humble. We are being the best versions of us unapologetically because we know how to submit to Jehovah God. And in that posture of submission, it births out. We walk out humility. Okay? Learn how to take the blueprint and apply it to the people in your life. That's why you have to have them in the right category. All right? We don't submit to associates in the wrong place. We take the advice, but we understand the difference of the advisor. Okay? I take the advice of my friends. I take the advice of my associates, but I take it to my advisor. And that's where I talk about it. Number one, ultimate advisor, Jehovah God. I test every spirit by the Spirit, okay? Because we're all human. We're all flesh. If I am one who advises you or talks to you or give you my thought or opinion, you better be testing my spirit by the Spirit because I'm human. Do I believe? I'm very intentional. Anyone who knows me, I'm very intentional. I try not, listen, I play, I say sarcastic, crazy, dumb stuff, but I ain't got no problem submitting to Jehovah God. I have no problem humbling myself and correcting my words when I've played too much. But one thing I pride myself on, I'm intentional to hear from Jehovah God, the Holy Spirit who has been left here to lead, guide, and direct me when I speak to people. And I'll say it. We can be in the middle of a conversation and I will say, hold up. This is me. This is all Nicole. This is me. And I will also say, listen, I'm telling you what I hear. Okay? Because a lot of what I hear is not what is easy for people to swallow. So how do you think I feel about that? We ain't got time for me to go on rants today because I started 15 minutes late. So listen, okay. So assignments get the lesson without the pain. But this is what I need y'all to understand. This journey is set up with pain in it. So if anyone think they about to walk this journey with no pain, self-denial is the worst denial to have, okay? Because when you're in your own denial, the enemy don't even have to play with you because you playing with yourself. But I need you to understand through this journey, pain is put in it, all right? It is predestined and preordained. Every day is not gonna be painless, but every day we can have peace that surpasses our natural understanding, okay? So here's the thing. When you start seeing that an advisor has suffered long and is trying to give you wisdom without you having to feel that portion of the pain, submit to it. Humble yourself to it. Listen, all right? So on the flip of it, for my advisors, when you're in that season, you got to be willing to accept the lopsidedness of that. All right? You got to put your big girl panties on and your big boy britches on to know that when God can trust you as an advisor, you're not looking for that back. Listen, you the one that took the bullet. All right? You took it, you healed. You can't look for healing from your assignment. All right? You there to help them not to get shot. All right, sorry. All right. An advisor provides covering. That's Proverbs 11 and 14, all right? An advisor covers to keep us from being exposed. An advisor in your life is going to be like, listen, don't do that. I did that. And this is where listen, there are many people that can find, who got their Boaz can find them quickly. I thought mine did. It moved quick. I moved too quick. All right? And in that moving too quick in that relationship, as the first, listen, day we got married is the first time somebody hit me, beat me, whatever you want to call it. That quickness put me in an abusive relationship. Ooh. Yet my advisor, told me before I married him, don't do it. Listen, oh Lord. An advisor wants to cover you. They don't want you to have to go through. And yeah, I married him and I had to deal with it. See, this is why we got to learn. This is why I don't mind submitting to authority. This is why I don't mind submitting and humbling myself to advisors that I know are in my life. I humble myself. I submit myself to my pastor. She is my spiritual guide and covering. I humble myself. I submit myself. I submitted myself to my dad. All right. He is my covering. Does that mean that I didn't challenge what he said? No, I challenged everything. I'm that knucklehead, but I'm smart enough to know. Listen, I submit and humble myself to my husband. Y'all don't go tell him that. But the ones who know me for real, I can sit and but I guarantee you, when he say don't go, I'm over there like, whatever, Tia, girl, I'm coming. I bet Tia don't see me, okay? Because I ain't stupid and I'm far from dumb, all right? I'm just silly, okay? There's a difference. But when you really know an advisor, it's easy to submit and be humble, all right? And they have the patience to deal with you. We going on 10 years. I don't know how he do it. Y'all send some prayers for James, Lord. All right. So advisors, Their heart for you is to keep you from pain, keep you from mistakes. And this is the thing. You got to understand that usually your advisor is saying stuff you don't want to hear. Why? Because they trying to keep you from heartache. They trying to keep you from pain. They're the ones who see the red flags and address them, even though you see the red flags you want to keep. Girl, that thing ain't red. Maybe it's fuchsia. Maybe it's pink. Maybe it's orange. Child, please, that's a red flag. And your advisor's going to be the one that come tell you, no, sir, no, ma'am. But you don't want to hear it. So you're going to do you anyway. But an advisor is one that's going to go ahead and tell you anyway, love you, keep on loving you through. Because at the end of the day, the advisor has been assigned to you by God. So it ain't even about you and what you won't do. Okay? I was just talking to Kadeja about something last night. That girl didn't want to hear what I had to say. Her daddy had to say. Someone who knows the situation had to say. And she just on the phone. I said, girl, all right. All right, girl. Listen, my job is to just drop the seed. This is what I had to tell me. It's just to drop the seed. That girl, 30 years old, she gonna do what she wants to anyway. But one thing I know, she heard us, but it's up to her to make the decision, okay? But my job in advisor, because I am an advisor in her life, all right? I ain't giving her advice. I am an advisor. I will stay an advisor in Kadeja's life until her Boaz swoops her up, and then I'm going to give advice, okay? Anyway, an advisor will help normalize things in your life, okay? They'll help normalize them. They'll help normalize your trauma. They'll help normalize your tragedy. They'll help normalize things, all right? Because here's the deal. We spend a lot of time celebrating our exit of trauma. And it's good, all right? I survived that season of my life of abuse, okay? Anyone who look at me, I'm so strong, that's what they think. I ain't strong. I tell people I'm not strong, but I am submitted to my yes. There's a difference. I'm submitted to my yes to Jehovah God. So it gives me strength, all right? As long as I find joy in him, I can walk in this natural space in strength. I choose to believe I'm supernatural in this natural space, okay? An advisors in my life help normalize the trauma. Because what happens is we will make our way out of these hard spaces, but we never deal with the residue of the trauma. See, this is why you got to know an advisor is gifted and anointed to help you through that. All right. A lot of times what happens is we celebrate the out. We celebrate coming out, but then we don't understand why, that how like you're drawn to the certain things, to like specific things, like why do I attract these type of people? And why do I find myself in these situations? Because we don't deal with the trauma of what we celebrate. Advisors will help you in that, okay? They help normalize those things so that you can be free. Ooh, Lord. Man, they help you see like listen, your glass is always half full, never half empty. So even in that trauma, you got to understand, even when things happen to you that don't feel good, there's something beautiful on the other side of it. Because there are no mistakes in Jehovah God. Nothing happens by chance or surprise to Jehovah God, just to us. So an advisor will help us with that place of trauma where we can make that ugly duckling become a swan, okay? So, having an advisor is not about pain avoidance, okay? Because an advisor helps you in that place where you can grow from it, all right? Everything that happens in our life is for growth, all right? Let me hurry up. Let's see. I'm going to get off that. Y'all know I got a lot of pain. That's why I want to stay there, but I'm going to get off of it, all right? Okay. Okay, this is another thing. You gotta embrace your advisors, because you gotta get to a place where you understand your decisions impact and affect other people. Okay? There's not, if you have friends, family, anyone who love you, every decision you make impacts someone else. See, an advisor can help you with that. We selfish creatures. Y'all know that, right? Nicole, I ain't selfish. Yes, you are. The first person who said I ain't selfish, you selfish. We're all selfish. It's our human nature, all right? We're selfish, okay? Now, the level of selfishness is where it becomes a problem. But we all, listen, I'm selfish when it comes, I'm a gadget person, all right? I'm so selfish with my gadgets. Every person in my house got their own AirPods because I don't want you touching mine. They got their own Apple products because I got an iPad. Jaden got an iPad. I even got James' iPad. And he don't even use electronics, okay? I'm selfish in that manner. I don't want you touching my stuff. Call it petty betty, whatever. That's just, it's just what I like, okay? But I'm not a selfish person. I will give. I am a giver. But you can't have my iPad mini version 6. You can't have that one. I get you your own, and you can have the other one, okay? Because I'm a giver, but I'm selfish with that because it's mine and I don't want no one else to touch it. All right? So we can't get caught up on certain words, all right? An advisor helps you identify that even though you feel like the decisions you make only affect you, that is not true, okay? Everything you do affects someone because every one of us have somebody that care about us. Anyone who got a heart for you, who care about you, family, friends, even your enemy. Do you know that your enemies are affected by what you do? But that's okay. Yes, you are relevant. You are necessary. You are important. You are purpose. So because you are all those things, everything you do affects someone in one way or the other. So you got to understand that. And advisors help us to see that so that we can learn to think the next thought and that we don't make selfish decisions all the time. Okay? Sometimes we think, well, if I go and do this, it don't matter. I'm going to do it. No, it does matter. Okay? Because if someone cares about you and you gone for hours and they don't know where you are, they don't know what's going on, you just cause them a headache for no reason. Okay? You got to be able to think about other people in your decision making. But that's why you have to have them in the right category, because everyone that you're thinking about does not necessarily mean that's who you should be thinking about, nor should it be the ones who impact your decision making. Okay? Now, God uses advisors to protect not just us, but the ones who care about us as well. Okay? And you got to know that an advisor is normally an answered prayer. It's something that you're going through right now. Okay? You're going through something. You're having to make decisions, okay? Relational, work-wise, whatever it is. An advisor has been placed in your life to help guide you in making the best decision for your future, all right? So that's why you got to know the difference between someone giving you advice and an advisor. You can go talk to the mom at the PTA meeting and give them glimpse or give them things that you're going through, all right? And they can give you advice based off of what you said. But an advisor knows the whole process. The advisor has spent time with you. And just note to self, when you give a story, you do tell the story from your narrative, okay? I'm just saying. I ain't saying you stretch the truth, but you give a story based off of how you perceive it. And sometimes that's not always, it's not always even. What time is it? All right, I'm about to wrap it up. Okay? Because just with that, just know the difference. I'm gonna stop right there. Okay? You got to know, because when someone's giving you advice and they don't have a full story, that's why usually a friend may have a little more, associates have what they see, but you got to know your advisor, because the things that they may not be able to relate to in totality, the Holy Spirit will give them the guidance of wisdom, because it's Jehovah God that's placed an advisor in your life. Okay. So I don't know. It's probably, oh yeah, we done did our little 30 minutes. So I want you to know, once again, thank you for giving me the grace of that 15 minutes for that good government job that I do have. Had to take care of that this morning. But I want you to remember to stay focused, to stay humble, to stay positive. This week, be intentional. Go back and listen to the videos and see, start categorizing and putting people where they're supposed to be. All right. Are they a friend in this season? Because remember, the hats change. All right. They shift depending on where we're at in our journey. Are they a friend? Are they an associate? Are they an assignment? Are they an advisor? All right. And understand that because advisors are assigned by God, you ain't gonna have a whole bunch of them. All right. Jesus had the 3 to 12 to 72. He sent out 2 by 2. All right. The advisors will be the 3. Okay. So that's 3. That's the smallest number. Your friends probably next. Associates, all of that. Assignments. Those are the bigger ones. Okay. So start putting people in the right place. And then next week, we're going to talk about how to understand. I want you to place them first. Then we're going to figure out how you discern your relationships. What are you supposed to be, gauging this by? But I want to see how good you are with the people that you allow to have access with you. All right. So again, I am Nicole D. Jones, and I want you to continue to have a fantabulous rest of the day. Smooches.